Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. You know, I understand. Believe you me, I understand what we're up against. And I mean to tell you some of the things that is going on in this day and hour, in this time that we're living in, is literally off the proverbial chain. Now, the reason why I do what I do is because I understand, and let me give you his understanding. See, I understand that you have to love people more than they hate themselves. And I understand that, meaning you don't even understand that statement. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm here to feed you with knowledge and understanding. There's not a human being on the face of planet Earth that does not desire to be free. That includes me. That includes me. But when you really truly look at life and the way that it's playing out right now, hey, you got people that are born into what you call money, and you got people that are born poor. And you're classified based on what the people have done generations before you. It makes no difference how just or unjust they obtain their wealth. You're going to fall into one of those classes. And you're going to have people coming from different backgrounds, different perspectives, to look at you and view you based on what your ancestors have done. And that's the reason why I tell you over and over and over again that there are always two sides to every story, and you ought not to ever forget history. I know most people want you to forget history, but I tell you what, power and freedom is an essential lesson to never, ever forget the things that have gone on in the past. You got to be free. You must live free. But in order to do that, you have to understand what freedom is. Some of us, we love the truth. You know, I just got finished watching a video about Brother Joe, and I could sense his frustration and stuff, and it does. At times, this chaotic ignorance that is deeply and socially and collectively embedded in the subconscious mind of man is literally sad. I mean, can you imagine that today people are actually functioning, thinking that because they put mental assent to something that they, hey, I've got this right, I've got this right. I mean, I watch it on a day-to-day basis, ignorant folk and folks that are rehashing nothing but somebody else's lie, thinking that they are informers. Thinking that that what I'm saying is the gospel truth, not considering the damage that they will do to other people's lives, conscious and mind. I mean, hey, it's totally amazing. You know, we all are born here in this earth right here, and we all have had what you will call mistakes and flaws and stuff from the past. But, you know, it's the people who have the heart and the integrity to continue to keep on pressing on in spite of themselves to continue to get you the truth. But I tell you what, it's getting increasingly difficult to get this truth out to people who are hell-bent on destruction. Now, Brother Joe, you keep going, man. I understand the intent of what you're doing. I know the frustration of dealing with dismal ignorance. I mean, it's literally off the scale. You know, if you're going to be wise, people, you have to first listen to a wise man. I mean, why do you think we have books? We have books so we can look back in the past, because that's where we gain all our wisdom and knowledge from. Nobody is grabbing nothing from the future and bringing it up to now and saying, look at what I know. No, we learn based on what has already have happened. And we know, those of us who are informed, that the past is the window, the very vision, the eyesight and the discernment of what's coming down the pike in the future. Well, we live in a time now where there are a select group of people, very small in number. And you know what's remarkable? Is that they, through their lies, through their treachery, through their strategy, have deceived well over 98% of the people on this earth. And they've done it through deceit, lies, and propaganda. And that's the reason why it's so hard. Because, you see, when you have a system that feeds people flesh, they will clutch as hard as they can until blood comes from their hands. The lie. You know why? Because the lie is comfortable. The lie doesn't require anything. You don't have to change. And we'll hold on to it to our last breath. That's the reason why they can pass laws. They can continue to keep making these oppressive laws upon us as a people, and we do nothing about it because they have fed us a utopia of what you call an American dream. And now that our civil liberties and just the literal right to exist as a human being is being slowly taken away from us. We don't know how to respond. It's the proverbial frog in the bucket. If things are getting heated up or something, we're still sitting there waiting until it finally just boils over and we just go to matter, and that's all there's to it. Hey, everybody wants the truth. Everybody wants the truth until they realize themselves that they have been part of perpetuating the lie. And then it's a little train wreck. It's a bam! It's a hard train wreck because you know why? You own it. It becomes part of you. And a saving face has become a high commodity at the time we're living in right now because you know why? Man is too prideful to admit, you know what? I need a whole new road. I need to chart a new course. You know why? Because damn, I've been lied to and I've been part of it. And I'm not about to change anything. You know why? Because I want everybody to still think that I've got it together. Because if I admit that somebody else is right and I'm wrong, that's going to diminish my character. And I can't have my status. But what I can do is use a strategy to try to finagle my way around to get to the truth so that people will never be able to pick up on the hypocrisy that I've been promoting all this time. You know, there's a time when one man rules over another man and he does it to his own hurt. Let me give you an example. The other day on my radio broadcast, I have a 3-hour radio broadcast where I take question and answers every Friday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. And I have another 3-hour broadcast. Sometimes I cut it short on Thursday, what you call Sunday. And I had a guy call in. We're getting ready for Passover here, all right? Here at Straightway, all right? And there's probably going to be probably 150, 160 people coming from all over the earth to be here for Passover, while most of you pagans out there, most of you pagan Christians out there will be chasing blood-colored eggs, serving the Queen of Heaven, the goddess Astarte, Istroth, from some stupid woman named Semiramis, who had a son by Tammuz after Nimrod had died and got impregnated by the sun rays. You got to be out of your cotton picking mind, boy. It ain't no different than the story than what Jay Snipper's trying to tell you people, even though he exposes the guy for a boot-licking liar. It don't make no difference. Hey, you're part of that deception. You own it, and you're too prideful to take a humble pill. That's all it's to. But anyway, I had a phone call. And the phone call went something like this. Hey, Pastor Dow. Yeah, how you doing? I'm coming down there to visit Passover. That's fine and good. I'm coming to stay with y'all for a whole month to check you out. Ho. Wait a minute. What do you mean? You coming to stay with us a whole month? Who told you that? I told myself. You wait a minute. You did what? You told who? Yourself. That you was going to come and invite yourself to stay with me a whole month. And you mean to tell me I didn't have any input with this? Let me see. You're going to drive from upstate New York or fly in. You want me to pick you up from the airport. You're calling me to give you the time to come. And you're telling me that you're going to stay at my house for 30 days without my knowledge. And while you're here to check me out. Whoo-wee. I went off on that broadcast. I really truly did. And I still have not heard anything from that man yet. You know, the fortunate thing is I still had enough mercy to say, no, you're going to be leaving here tonight. You're going to make an adjustment. Well, how I do that? How I do that? What the hell you mean how you do that? You had knowledge and wisdom to book the ticket. You get some knowledge and wisdom. Hey, I'll tell you what, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, this is what happens when you have a chemically induced society, when you have an entitlement mentality where you think that others solely exist to make your life plush while you stay in chaotic ignorance. I tell you, boy, it is just sad what's going on today. You ain't going to tell me that these vaccinations are not doing what they do, or the food is not doing something about it. What kind of mindset is somebody? So, hey, I tell you what, suppose, let me put the shoe on the other foot, because some of you will sit back in your wicked, perverted judgment thinking that you understand everything it is. Let me put the shoe on the other foot so you can see clearly, because right now you got a big fiend in your eye. Suppose I take my family. I got 30 people strong as a family. And I call you up. And we agree to a time that I'm coming to your house. But then I say, I'm bringing my family and we're going to stay 30 days. And you say, well, wait a minute, Pastor Dow. Who told you that you can stay 30 days? Well, I told myself. I mean, after all, I'm coming to check you out and I'm bringing my family, so I'm bringing all the straight way, and I want you to take care of us for 30 days. How would you feel? Oh, you see? Whoa. I don't mind people coming and visiting, especially those who I know. You know, I got Brother William up there. He can just call, say, Pastor Dow, my family and I like to come and visit. All right, brother, how long you staying? He can tell me however long he's staying, and he's got a place to come and stay. J. Smith Ford, he can call up Pastor Dow, and my family going to come and visit. How long you staying, brother? I don't know, man, a week or two. Come on, brother, come on. Come on. You know why? Because there's a relationship there, but to sit there and to be presumptuous, to be a daring, insolent, foolish man to assume that you can just come and just usurp your self-will on somebody else, then, whoa, the devil is a lie. Look at the devil, ain't he a lie? I understand that most of us ain't got no home training. None whatsoever at all. I got Sister Maya that's visiting here right now from England. She has stayed here. I've never laid eyes on her except by this video camera, but she has been with us 2 weeks, and she's got another 2.5 weeks to go that she's going to be here. One whole entire month. Now, how did she get here and get to stay a whole month, and some of you don't? I think what you ought to do is do a good evaluation of your own little wicked heart and start discerning your own wicked heart. But you know what? If you don't know and understand the truth, if you can't embrace the truth in the simple things, how in the world can you embrace the truth on the complex thing and the hard things? If you can't see the forest for the trees, how in the hell can you be a man and woman of truth? That's the truth, and that's the true straight way. Have a good day.